They are a little hideous.
Yeah.
But only a little.
Only a little. Yeah.
Only a little.
Yeah, because we like, at least I do. I like the Brazil colors.
I do too, just not in that in particular pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, the tie-dye mix to it. Kind of a tie-dye mix to the Converse. Brazil, the purple. I think it's purple added in there. Yeah. And they even say it on the tongue. Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the
Nobody's
name
gonna
of them.
see that.
Yeah, except for the owner when they're putting them on.
They still ass ugly.
Yep. Yeah.
Look, they
rare.
say Brazil.
They're rare, but they're ugly. That's funny as fuck.
That's fucking cool. Where did you find those?
I found those ones, I'm thinking. Found them at I want to say the Canaan thrift store. The Canaan thrift store there. I think it's the only one there that we have there. And they were like $6 or something like that.
$6?
Yep.
I'd have bought them for $6.
Yeah. And then brand new, like I was saying, they're like $140.
I would have worn them like once and thrown them the fuck away though.
Yeah. So they're size 7, so I don't know if that fit you.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the other thing. I would only be buying shit that fits me.
Because you sent me a message to look for shoes for you. Let's see how my memory is. And I think you said it's either 11 or a 12. You said you were. Am I right?
It's a 12.
12, yeah.
But I put on a pair of 11s the other day and they fit.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering.
That's like me, where I'm like a 10.5, but then I can also be an 11.5, depending on like the.
I definitely can't be a 10.5.
Yeah.
That's out of the question.
Yeah. Like I don't know which size these bitches are. These are 10.5s right here, and they fit me like perfect.
Adidas
So
never
like,
fit me
so
well
like
because
for
they
me.
don't make them in wide.
Yeah.
There was a disc golf shoe that was like super popular for them, and everybody had them.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a pair at the thrift shop for like $30. They were like brand new. So pumped, dude. They were my size, and I got them home, and I was like, holy fuck. They were so tight.
Too skinny.
Yeah, I tried to like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they'll stretch.
Yeah, as you wear them, yeah. That's what these have done, and they've just became like more comfortable.
I even bought one of
That's
those wooden shoe stretcher things at like Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah. At least A for effort. At least you tried.
I did try. I think I was so
Tried.
mad that I didn't even like donate them or anything. I think I threw them away, or I may still have them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my go-to shoe brand right there. The Adidas.
It would be mine. They're so dope.
Yeah. What kind were they? What kind are they?
The Swift,
Remember?
Terex.
Oh, I don't think I know what those are.
It's basically a trail running shoe.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So like Gore-Tex. And
Yeah. I actually had a pair that were pretty cool. I sold
Knobby.
a long time ago. They were like, kind of like sporty trail shoes, and they said like Adidas going up the side of them.
I think
They
I've
were like
seen
blue.
those.
Yeah. It was blue with like kind of like almost like that can color right there, like writing, like kind
Yeah.
of greenish, green to yellow.
I like the Solomons.
Yep.
They
I have a
hold up
bunch of those
well.
on my eBay store.
Do you?
A bunch of the Solomons.
Dude, I got a pair of Keens like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And they got holes in them.
Yeah. I had some Keens. I still have some too, but I've been selling Keens.
I'm gonna email Keen about that. I'm pretty disappointed, dude.
That sucks.
You think they'd be like a baller ass shoe?
Strong, yeah, strong.
For $160 something, they ought to be.
Yeah.
Word. That mic is so nice.
Yeah.
You sound
It looks
good.
cool.
Maybe that's why Phil's always like rolling back because he knows
Because it's so going to pick up on that. Yeah.
It's got the like multi-directional sound shit. Like if you
So you
were
have to be
sitting
straight.
there and the dog was sitting over in the corner of the room and the dog barked, it would sound quiet, wouldn't like overtake you or anything.
Oh, yeah, so it's picking up
It's
the...
got like dampering things or some shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to that though.
That's cool.
And for some reason, he bought like a fucking 12-foot cord.
Because you never know what, you can always roll up cord,
Yeah.
which makes sense. So if it's short, you just roll up a bunch of cord. But the one thing you can't do is if you buy a short cord, you can't add to that. So you might as well buy a too long of a cord and roll it up if you
I
got to.
think you can get.
And then if you need the space, you can have it be longer too.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That just seems excessive. You could like go out in the living room.
Go on a mission with it. That's funny.
Sorry, this was a must reply.
Got you. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
There we go. Bam. Did you see the picture of Diaz's cut next to the cut from Pettis' fight?
I didn't,
Where did I see that?
but I just saw how it was like up here like that. Almost looked like the Mike Tyson tattoo, but like just now that I'm thinking about it, it was like right there, same spot. But yeah, and that's the same spot. That spot's weak for him because that's the same eye that McGregor's left hand lines up with. So when they fought, he had one eye that was just hanging apart, and it was from that left straight cross of McGregor.
Yeah.
He just lighting him up with that thing because he dropped him like 3 times in that first round, or 3 times within the first 2 rounds or something like that of the second fight.
That's
And by the end of the first fight, his face was all hamburg too. It's like he already bled easy before those fights, but you add the 2 McGregor fights to what Diaz had for scar tissue. Now it's like bad. So like obviously in the Diaz fight he gets
There's
split
a
up, and then in this
lot.
fight he's every fight from now on he's gonna get split up. So if he
There's
fights
a lot.
McGregor again, that left hand is just gonna be hitting that already damaged spot.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big issue. And it seems like, I don't blame him because he's already pretty much fought him and beat him twice, but it seems like Diaz is not jumping for that rematch. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, he wants to fight massive.
Yeah, he's just focused on that, which
He
I don't
wants
blame.
to
He's
fight
like,
that
give me,
guy
my,
again."
give me my rematches that I earned, Or maybe him and like RDA would be fun because that's another guy that beat him back in the day. He wants like his rematches. He doesn't want to be giving other people their rematches. He doesn't want to give McGregor his rematch.
No.
Because he's like, I want my rematches first. Like the fights I quote unquote lost that I want to get back.
What kind of draw does Conor even have now?
That's the thing though, is he's done so much stuff. He's lost so many fans.
Yeah.
Those people that he's lost, they're still gonna tune into his fight to see if to see what happens, if that makes sense.
Well, it's like-
So as far as his bottom line, it maybe is rose because it's kind of like the John Jones thing. The more stupid stuff you do, even like Tito Ortiz says, the more you're in the headlines, whether they're talking about you, good or bad, it's a good thing. And one thing he's done is stayed in the headlines, for doing a lot of stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
You got a layer, yeah. So it's like he's done that part correctly. He just hasn't fought, or won a fight. He hasn't won a fight in 2 years, almost 3 years now. And the fight he did win, technically, he could have lost because it was to Diaz.
Yeah. And he lost that fight.
Yeah.
That's me being partial, though.
Yeah, likewise. But we're not the only ones that feel that way.
Yeah, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to fight again immediately.
What'd you think of when the fight said start on this last Diaz fight against Jorge, and he just runs right at him, dude, and then stops and hits the brakes?
That was epic.
I almost thought that that was going to backfire because at that point, Diaz just instantly started pressuring him because he didn't throw anything.
Yeah.
And Diaz was just like, all right, we're close. I'm just going to, But, he just kind of backed up, reset, and then just started, going to work. Jorge did some serious work in that fight.
I think he should have just thrown it. He was already there. I was concerned about that. I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Yeah, and he just sprinted right
He
at
was
him. Dude. It was like
he was in line.
Yeah, he like stopped as close as we are. You know, he like got right here and then stopped and was just like, you know.
I mean, I guess I'm glad that he didn't commit.
Yeah, because something crazy could have happened.
He could have landed it again.
And the fight before that was the Till fight. No, yeah, the fight before the Askren knockout was the Till fight, and he came out with a flying maneuver in that. He came out and did a flying kick, and he came out and did like this flying like midsection kick, and he hit him in the nuts, dude. He got the record for like the world's fastest nut shot in a UFC fight, you know, or an MMA fight. Because they came out, it was like fight, and he ran out like the knee, but it was a nut shot. So it was like fight, nut shot. And they were like, time, you know, hold on, wait. And then he's just like, shit, like I just said, you know, like I just ran out and hit him right in the balls.
I guess the eye poke would be next.
Yeah, world's fastest eye poke, world's fastest knockout.
Or just keep trying to beat that knockout. Just open every fight with
a flying,
wild,
flying toe stomp,
front flip or something.
Yeah, the
cartwheel,
somersault kick.
Yeah, anything wild.
Rolling
like
thunder,
rolling
as they call
thunder.
it. Yeah, come out with some rolling thunder. I keep trying to light this, and then I breathe out of my nose, and I'm putting out the fucking flame. Then I get to talking, I'm like, what the fuck? So here we go. I'm gonna commit to this.
You did a good job, you. I'm so proud. Smoking weed on YouTube. I was nervous about it at first. I started smoking weed on YouTube when they started pulling weed channels.
Oh wait, you already got a lighter? I'll just
dude, I have like a plethora of lighters. We don't run out of lighters. Well, that tub is getting low.
This will be my baby. This one's funny. You can see it.
What is that one? Oh, the Jaws one.
It's like Pixels, like Nintendo Pixels.
Yeah, that's from the brick. That one's that Slays.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. I saw that one.
There's You'll Get Lit.
Does that have a tree? You'll Get Lit.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I was just trying to think in my head of what it would be, you know, lit. I'm like, trees are lit right up. But yeah, that fight was pretty good. Like, take the quote-unquote controversial ending out of it.
Yeah, that
fight
really
was awesome.
sucked. Nate was going to win. He was going to finish him in the 4th or 5th round. I had said that like 3 days prior.
It would have been cool, but
it was going to happen.
Here's the thing that I think why it maybe just would have got closer as he turned it on. I mean, yeah, he could have got like that late TKO for sure. You know, who am I to say it couldn't have happened? But Jorge was doing a good job of pacing himself. And like anytime stuff happened, he'd kind of space out and go to that body kick.
Yeah.
Like when Nate usually gasses people out, it's when he's pushing the pace and like swarming them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they just gun it out and gas everything out and then he's still there. Like Jorge was kind of fighting at his own pace while fucking him up. You know what I mean?
He was.
So it's like, you know, it's not like he put himself out there to where he was ready to gas, you know, like Diaz wasn't making him gas, but who's to say a crazy 30-second or a minute swarm of Diaz landing some shit couldn't put him in a place where he's, you know, where he's like, oh shit, what's going on? Then a few more land, then he's like staggering like Conor is, and he's like, oh no, like, you know, and you're like, fuck, like then it's a real fight at that point. Like late in the 4th round, you know, something like that happens, and we're like, we gotta fight. Like we kind of got cheated at that moment possibly happening.
Yeah, because nobody was really getting tired.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Neither of them would have got tired. And they just would have like turned up, you know, because it's such an important fight. In that 4th and 5th round, both of them would have just turned up the volume, like, you know.
And I don't know. I'm stoned up. Yeah, fuck.
What if Diaz really would have got hurt though? You know, what if his eye really would have got bad? Like maybe they made the right call there, because if they would have turned it up and then Jorge lands some head kick or something and then just like, you know, like
it's like hanging out of his head.
Yeah, because I guess after the fight it was hanging over really bad. So it's like if they would have kept going, if it was already like that, if they would have went a 4th and 5th round, like what would have looked?
He's a gangster.
He is. He's a gangster and a gamer. Yeah, he'll be there for like every single fight. Yep, him and his brother.
Dude, his eye could have been like dangling from the cords.
And that's where you got to protect the fighter from himself. You know,
like fine.
That's kind of what they did. And you know, and he didn't really fight it. You know, like because he's also a showman. You know, when you like sit there and fight it, it like. It takes away from the other guy's victory. So when they called it, he just went right over to Jorge and was just like, congratulations. You know, like he didn't try to fight it, you know, like too much till later. Then he said The Rock could get it. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, man, fuck The Rock. He can get it too. I was like, oh shit. He's not even kidding.
He probably means that.
Yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't.
He explained it, you know. He went into detail.
Oh,
he
did
was
he?
like, yeah, he's like, it's because he's on Jorge's side because he's from like Miami or lives in Miami. He's like, so that's the guy he has to back. He's like, I understand it. He's like, so him backing him, fuck him. He can get it too, you know. You're gonna back him. He's like, with all due respect, fuck him. He can get it. I was like, damn.
Oh man, that's some shit. That'll be dude. The way the UFC is now, that'll be the next fight. It'll be Nick Diaz
versus The Rock. Yep, Rock Bottom.
That's gonna be the next fucking fight.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Oh shit.
He's probably not on any steroids.
The Rock?
Yeah.
No. Definitely not. No, he's clean, all natural.
You
Bacon
think,
and eggs.
You think so?
Fuck no.
Okay.
He's dirty as it comes. Yeah, yeah. He's on the clean, dirty supplements. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not on the Mexican supplements. He's
like,
on like the American, like
he's
from the lab.
The Lesnar supplement.
Yeah, exactly. He's like on the like the.
So it's more like the Chinese ones or Japanese ones where you go over there to fight and they're like, here.
Yeah, exactly. Take everything.
It comes with your contract.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got to play Hercules? Boom. Look the roll, you know?
Here you go. Take these and fight.
Yeah, his muscles have muscles. Yeah, The Rock is huge. That would be a hell of a fight, though. The Rock, who can probably throw down... I don't know what his wrestling background is. I'm going to guess he has, like, a real wrestling background. I don't know for a fact, though, if he was a college wrestler.
I thought he was a college football player.
Exactly, yeah. See, so I don't know what his actual, like, you know... Because his father was a wrestler, you know, Rocky Maivia.
Right.
Know? So I'm trying to think here if he actually has like a wrestling background besides wrestling. I know he has like an athletic, you know, sport
right.
background.
So when he drops the elbow,
but if he fights,
can you do that?
But if he fights Diaz,
12-6.
Nope, you can't.
You have to like slide the elbow, and that's like his thing, isn't it?
But Diaz has the cage experience, you know, where he'll have the size experience. So if they were to fight,
dude, he's gonna gas.
The Rock?
Oh yeah, he would gas.
100%.
How much cardio do you think he does? Like 8 minutes?
Tops.
With like fucking...
Without someone punching him in the face. Without someone punching him in the face.
It's different when you start punching him in the face. Brock Lesnar didn't like getting punched in the face.
No. By Shane Carwin.
Or anybody.
Or anybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Not that like anybody I think likes it. But
No.
I mean,
and especially at heavyweight, like even the guys that don't hit hard still hit hard.
Well, yeah.
So it's like no matter who he fights, that dude's gonna hit hard.
You're not getting away from fucking power.
But 80% of the time, whoever Brock Lesnar fights isn't gonna be able to stop his fucking takedown. You know, there's like maybe 20% of the heavyweight division that can like actually stop that takedown.
Yeah. Well, him and like Cain Velasquez are hanging out now.
Yeah, because they're doing wrestling and shit.
Doing wrestling, bro.
Wrestling around.
My theory is that's gonna be like what Bellator doesn't get.
What do you mean?
Bellator is like where the UFC fighters go to die that keep fighting.
A lot, yeah.
So the ones that physically can't continue to fight and don't have anything else will go to WWE to die.
Makes sense. And that's kind of a safer route, in a way.
Theoretically, because you get a lot more money in a hurry.
Yeah, yep. So where Bellator, the reason why they kind of go there to die, the way I can support that
sponsorship,
that theory. Yeah, and another thing where I can back that, like, view up, you know, where it's not a knock on Bellator, where if you hear that, first thing you hear is kind of you're calling Bellator like a B league, which even if it is, though, the reason why they go there to die is because the competition level in Bellator is no joke. It's way up here. So if you're like at the tail end of your UFC career and then you get thrown into Bellator to fight their top 3 guys, like you're probably getting thrown there to die, you know, like you're probably not just going to go over there and win titles, you know, like Rory McDonald did, but he's one of the best in the world. You know?
He's so young.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like one of the best out there. to where he's not like a guy. He had damage in the.
They need people like that as like an investment.
Yeah, and it really shows you the level of the guys in Bellator versus the UFC. Like they're
He's
pretty much
probably
the
getting
same.
paid.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that UFC has probably a deeper roster to where Bellator's like top 5 versus UFC's top 5. They can probably like match each other. To where if it goes deeper and deeper into like 15 versus 15, like, you know, like UFC's guys, like, that'd be interesting to actually look at, you know, like they're each of them's top 30 and see how the bottom guys stack up, not just at the top end.
Yeah, but their rankings are just as flawed because I mean, they like Fedor Emelianenko's on the roster.
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell, Ken Shamrock. You can
Boys.
slide that name right into like 3 really easy.
Yeah. If you're doing like all time.
Yeah.
If you're doing current though, you wouldn't be able to put Chuck like anywhere, you know, in the light heavyweight division, because he's, you know, as sad as it is, because that's one of my favorite fighters. But what's his record? I think he's 0-5 in his last 5 or something like that. Because his last win was against, let's see here, he beat Vanderlei Silva, because he lost to, he beat Vanderlei after the Rampage fight, I think, or it was the Jardine fight, and then he beat Vanderlei Silva, and then he fought Rashad after that and lost, and then he fought Shogun after that and lost, and then he fought Rich Franklin after that and lost,
Right.
and then
remember the Franklin fight,
and then he just fought Tito and lost, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's one more in there I'm leaving out, but that's 4, and then the Vanderlei win, so that's 1-4 with 4 knockouts.
The Tito one should be the biggest sign for him, because beating the shit out of Tito meant more to him than like any of the other.
It was kind of his step up into stardom, you know, because it was like whoever won that fight was going to be like kind of the face of the UFC, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the guy, like, he made that step over, you know. And then to like lose to him at the end, you know.
He fucking murked him.
Yeah.
Those were great fights.
Yeah, those are good fights. Yep. I remember watching those years ago. Those were good ones. Him and then the Liddell and Couture ones.
Yeah.
All 3 of those were really good.
Those were good too.
Yep. It was exciting because Liddell like lost the first one. It was like, can he get this back against this guy, you know? And then he like totally ices him, you know, like. And then the third fight was like a total dog fight, you know, like went to the 3rd or 4th round and then he knocked him out. Knocked out Couture. That shit was crazy.
He's still doing well. He got to Couture. He got out at the right time. He didn't do anything stupid.
Yeah. Did you hear?
Movies.
Did you hear recently though?
Yeah.
He had a heart attack and he.
Wait, he's not doing.
Yeah. Did you hear about that though? And he walked himself to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, he's doing good. Wait, he's not doing good.
He's not doing well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but I guess he walked himself out of that motherfucker too, so I guess he is doing pretty good.
And so that concert, he's not doing anything stupid too. You should probably got an ambulance.
Yeah, but he's Captain America, so he gives 0 fucks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk. You okay, bro? I think you just had a heart attack. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna walk over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here.
Sign over there with an H has an arrow on it, so
spar a couple rounds.
Follow that. I'm gonna jog to the hospital.
Yeah. Fucking A. Yeah, it's wild.
Crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like Nate Diaz, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine if he would have pulled off the, you know, like a 4th or 5th round TKO or something like that, you know, like. But imagine if he could have got really hurt at the same time, you know, like as far as like career-ending damage for cuts, you know.
He was gonna murder the shit out of him.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I almost could have won my fantasy football game with just my quarterback. Russell Wilson got 63 points yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I had is it Mike Evans? Yeah. A wide receiver from Tampa Bay. Yeah. And last week he was coming off a bye week or a rough week where he only got like 4 points or 0 points or something. So I sat him over a like more kind of consistent guy, and Mike Evans got like 40 points on my bench. I was like, shit. So I learned from that and played him this week, and then he got in the high 30s. He got like 39 points for me. So I was like, redemption. And right now in my fantasy team, it's 107.6 I have to 107.9 my opponent has, but his whole team has played. I got 3 more players to
So you're
go.
gonna win.
Yeah, I think I have Prescott. I got their tight end, because my tight end was on a bye week, so I had to cut him out and throw in Witten. So I got Prescott, Witten, and then a third player too. I don't know who. So that's going to easily put me over my, my victory.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So we're right now I'm like 0.4 points behind or something.
Do you have independent defensive players?
No, we don't.
We do. We have 3. And I crushed it with them. I got like 12, 15, and 14 points out of those motherfuckers.
Nice.
I think the guy I'm playing's given up on his team, though, because he hasn't done anything about Shepard being out, and he has him in his lineup on the bench.
Sorry, what's that? I was looking at my eBay thing. I'm totally sorry.
It's all good, dude.
What'd you say?
I think he's checked out on his team. So he has Shepard in his starting lineup as wide receiver
Yeah.
tonight,
Hmm.
and he's out. He is not playing.
He's nowhere to.
I don't know. I should look at his team. He has a wide receiver on a bye week.
See, I'm down by 0.7 points.
Oh, dude.
But I still got 3 players.
You'll
to play.
be fine.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And my third player is, let's see here. So I have Prescott to play. Oh, I got Golden Tate to play.
You'll be fine.
Yep. And then I got Jason Witten, tight end, to play. And my defense, you asked? I don't have any defensive players, but I've been playing Buffalo the last 2 weeks.
I have Philadelphia this week. I switch it like almost weekly.
Likewise, yeah.
Same thing with my fucking tight end struggle, dude.
Look at my bench points here. On this side.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong side.
Yep, 25.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was nervous because I had like fear of missing out. And I picked Sanders up, and he got 17 points.
Nice, that's solid.
But he was on my bench.
Yep. I had Marvin Jones Jr. get me 26.6 points.
I have Jones Jr.
Yep. Then I had Wentz get me 22.5 points.
How
And
did
then
you
Jacobs
get that many points out of Jones Jr.? I got
on Detroit.
18.6.
18, yeah. So maybe you don't do receptions on your league.
I can't remember. I didn't look.
So each time they catch the ball in mine, they get 8. And he had 8 receptions, so that's probably the 8 points right there. Yeah, I bet you're not in a reception league.
No.
Yeah. And then I had Bell. I have a jersey of his, a Steeler jersey of his, on my eBay store for
Do
sale.
you?
Signed.
Signed.
Yeah, signed. And he got me 19
Certified?
Yeah. JSA certified, I
Whoa,
think.
shit.
Yeah. And he got almost 20 points yesterday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I did not bother with him.
Tyreek Hill. Do you still have Tyreek Hill?
Fuck yeah, I still
He
have
got me
Tyreek
26
Hill.
points. Here's your pooch.
Yeah, that's got to be the difference because I got 24.
And then Mike Evans with the 36 points. Yeah. And the week before that, he got 40 on my bench. So where it's like, if I would have had him in, I would have won last week.
Dude,
So I'm
Russell
playing him the
Wilson
rest of the year.
Has been
If he's healthy, I'm playing
rushing
him.
it for me. Yeah, this there's the fucking
Talk
show.
some fantasy football, pooch.
And the brisket is out for 1 to 4. Dude, I can't find it. The newest article I found was like 15 hours ago. Wasn't anything cool.
It was it was a hair clip.
No.
Yeah. Right there, yeah.
I don't know where it's.
Okay.
Dude, you can throw him anytime you want. I wouldn't recommend throwing him, but
No, he's cool.
he is.
Mine's with my
You're lucky.
rocket.
That's a quick warm up. Now she's got the socks or fucking. I love these things.
No,
Did I
you gotta stay
turn that
down.
on
You're
so
not a
I
lap
can
dog. You're
keep
not
an
a lap
eye on
dog.
it?
Whoa.
I haven't seen
They're
it.
trading. He goes, look, my turn. Because I'm a lap dog.
You're not
Yeah.
a lap dog. Show it, Skillet.
That's too funny.
Show it.
So funny.
She's a fucking angel.
Ooh. Got your sock. Look at my lap dog skills, y'all.
Yeah. 63 pounds in your face.
Yeah. Booty first.
Yeah, I think we're fucked as Colts fans, dude. I'm really scared now.
See, but
I had developed so much confidence in the brisket, and then he got smoked.
then here's the thing for him. If he comes back next week by Miami, or if he takes that week off and we beat Miami, I think we could beat him with our backup if we do something about our kicker situation now.
In our offensive line situation.
They were doing pretty good protecting our backup, I thought.
Yeah, he is the backup.
But yeah, like Brisket got hurt, you know, but but Hoyer,
He's saying it
you know,
now.
yeah, exactly. You got me saying Brisket now instead of Brissett, yeah. So Brisket,
Dude, I'm nervous. He's
Why?
gone for like 4 weeks.
if he's gone for 4 weeks, that can be bad. But they said he might be back in time for Miami, which is next week. But I feel like that might be rushing it. You know, they're still waiting.
Big time.
They're still waiting to see what the MRI, you know, shows on his
He could, like,
knee. It's
put
his
it-
knee, right?
Yeah.
Not his ankle.
Yeah.
That's worse, you know. So I think they
Coach
should.
said it's probably a sprain, but it's good. MCL-ish.
Yeah.
Whatever that fucking means.
Yeah, that's not good. They should have him sit out the Miami game and have Hoyer play anyways, because Hoyer looked
Well,
good.
yeah, I could play the Miami game.
Yeah, they should have Hoyer or Kelly play the Miami game
We'll go to the Miami game and like toss the ball around the parking lot. Then they'll be like,
and win.
"Shit,
Yeah.
you need one of you guys to throw the ball."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll bring you guys to the W. We'll get the win.
Yeah.
And as long as, you know, like, it doesn't come down to Vinatieri having to make a game-winning kick. Where
Laces out.
the week before against the Texans, it came to a Vinatieri kick, and he'd missed earlier that game 2 kicks, I believe, and I was like, man, here we go, you know. But he made one before that, and so it was like he was 1-2 that game, and then he made that kick and went 2-2, and it's like still, even though you went 2-2 and made the game-winning kick, 2-2 is not very good for your kicker. Like, he should hit all those
No,
points
yeah.
and get all 12 points. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's not
Vinatieri
like
from
we
the early
were-
days, he would have hooked all 12 points up and been like, this is how we do it.
We weren't
4
missing
kicks,
like
4 makes.
63-yard field goals.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
missing like
With the game,
25-yard
yeah, with the
field
game on the
goals.
line. Yeah, it was a 30-something yarder with the game
He
on
was
the line.
questionable already, and Mac was running the ball pretty good. And maybe
He was
should
going
just
decent.
Kept going for it.
Yep.
What was that receiver guy there? Starts with like a P or something. I heard his
Oh,
name.
Paris Campbell.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing. When T.Y. used to go out, we would have nobody there behind him. Now we have all these young players behind him. And we had Devin Funches behind him.
Yeah.
But Funches got injured before the season even started. Funches was out. So all that we had was our pretty much the same cast behind.
That'll be fine.
We have the same cast behind T.Y. Hilton. If he goes down, we have all these same, you know. But they're doing a slightly better job this year picking up the pieces. And Chester Rogers is still doing what he always does, which is drop passes and fumble footballs. It's crazy. It's like, here's a chance for the Colts to get back in the game. Here's the punt, you know, like, oh, right off Chester Rogers' numbers, you know, and right into the Pittsburgh Steelers' hands. Or like, they throw to Chester Rogers, he makes a move, and then, you know, drops the ball or fumbles the ball. You're like, oh, here it is again. He did it all last year.
Mess of that.
Yep, there was. I'm in this Colts Facebook page where we all talk Colts, and there was this one guy. We were talking about how that was one of the players we either needed to get rid of or he really needed to step up his game. And he was like, Chester Rogers is awesome. Like, just watch what he does for the rest of the season. And Chester Rogers actually played decent the rest of the season when he was called upon. But I was like, it still wasn't enough warranted to where if we have a chance to get rid of this dude for anything, that we don't do it, you know, or just get rid of him and lose money, or, you know, pay someone to take him.
Trade
you know?
him for like a 2035 draft.
Yep,
pick.
exactly. Yeah, like
30 years
tomorrow.
out.
Yep, like, we don't even care. Let's do that like yesterday,
Last
tomorrow.
round.
Yep, and so if you were to get rid of him, it would have been a heads-up move. But then we keep him. T.Y. Hilton gets injured, and now we're calling on his number again. And here's number 80. Fumbling the football, you know, dropping punts, all sorts of stuff in like game, you know, like game time.
It was not
you know,
a good
like,
time to be doing
yeah,
that.
it's when it's tied or you're like a 2-point lead or something, you know, or you're down by 2. Because there was a time where it was really close in the game, and before that Vinatieri kick, we made 4 huge mistakes that led to that Vinatieri kick being the, like, you know, kind of our last hope. And then we made that mistake too. It was like, okay, like you can't make this many mistakes and then still win. Like,
What did you think about the pass interference? That uncatchable ball.
yeah, I don't know which one you're talking.
Uncatchable on the
Against the Steelers, against the Colts. Yeah, that was that was BS. Yeah, that was crazy. And then we had a few last week, which thankfully we won, and this week where we should have had a lot of pass interference against our wide receivers, and there was no calls. No calls at all.
I feel like we have a lot of penalties.
Yeah, we're making a lot of penalties this year.
Losing games that way too.
Yeah.
Other than the laces being out.
Yeah, it's the missed kicks and it's the small mistakes and the penalties that are losing games.
When I swing a ball golf club.
Yeah,
he was like taking grass and dirt.
And the ball went so hard to the left. It was like, ooh. It was like, oh my gosh.
It looked like my golf shot.
It was like, is he getting paid $1 million each missed kick? Like, jeez, I'm like, what is happening? And it all started last year when we played against the Patriots. He had this really easy kick to keep us in the game. And what does he do? He misses the kick. And then right there last year is when the Vinatieri missed kick thing became like a thing. It's when it began happening. Before that, it was like unheard of. It was like automatic Vinatieri, like, automatic 3 points, automatic point after. Like, don't even have to worry about it every time.
Man.
And then that Patriots game last year, if he would have hit his kicks in that game, the Colts would have stayed in that game, and they feasibly could have won that game. And then the same thing happened against the Kansas City Chiefs, where it's like when we were starting to lose, but it wasn't quite out of hand yet, we like have a chance to kick a field goal and like start our comeback, and he's like, yeah, no, about that, like, just gonna miss this. We're just gonna stay like down by 24 or down by 17. It's like, man, that kick would really be great right now,
Game changer.
Yep, and he just misses that, and we're like, okay, like, and then next year starts, so now we're going to 2019, and then he starts the year missing kicks, and then he pulled himself out of it with that kick last week against the Texans, and then here we are back to, and he was still like 2-2 that game. He still made a miss in that game where he like had redemption. He still missed kicks that game.
I'm surprised nobody's done anything about it, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm a guy who was always behind Vinatieri, becoming a Colt, like leading us to the helping us get to the Super Bowl.
Everybody's like, can't, it's not playing.
Do you remember the kicker that was before Vinatieri? It was Vanderjag, and he missed a game. What happened was he made a kick when his number was called. It was like a tough kick, I think he made like 3 kicks that game against like the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but we got devoured by the Patriots. And then he went to the media and he was being an a-hole, and he says,
"Oh, you can swear, bro."
Oh, it's cool. Sometimes I just do that because I like to censor myself. So he was being a rude human being, and he goes to the media and he says, at least I did my job, because like Peyton Manning threw a couple picks and stuff. Yeah, and so the next year we are, I think, playing the Patriots again, or it was like the Pittsburgh Steelers, or it was the Chargers. It was someone in the Super Bowl, not in the Super Bowl. This is in the playoffs, and it comes down to him making his kick, and we would have like went to the Super Bowl, or we would have advanced in the playoffs. And this is in like 05. 04 to 05, and he misses his kick when it's like his number called, where he's like, oh, at least I did my job. And then the next year, he doesn't do his job. So the Colts got rid of him and signed Vinatieri. And that's how Vinatieri became a Colt. And then we won the Super Bowl, in 06. The Colts won the Super Bowl with Vinatieri. Because it was like the year before that, it's like if we would have had a kicker, we would have won it in 05 and then repeated in 06.
Yeah.
But we did, Vanderjag friggin' blew it for us.
I won money on the second one.
Yeah, against the Bears.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yep.
They're all good ones.
Mm-hmm. Seems like yesterday, but it was so long ago, too, when you actually count it down.
Any of the next ones.
Yep.
Who the fuck ever that guy is throwing the ball.
Yeah. I know, that's how it's been, too. Like, when Peyton Manning pretty much is out, we
so
almost had some
hard.
hope with luck, but luck ended up being bad luck, Like, it's crazy, dude. I never would have saw that happening. Like, when we got another guy and got rid of him, I was like, not a good choice. And then if, like, I could have predicted this to happen, I would have been like, yeah, really not a good choice,
Should have
horrible
gone with
choice.
the brisket from the get-go.
Yeah, or kept Peyton Manning for those last 2 or 3 years,
That would have been the best case
and then get someone
scenario.
else down the road, you know. But it seemed like the Colts couldn't move on from Peyton Manning soon enough.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. They were just like, you know, they saw Luck and RG3, and they were
Neither one of those guys.
Yeah, they were both awesome their first year, but then RG3 got injured and like fizzled right out. He's a backup currently, you know, right now. But like having two guys kind of made it look so juicy to where they were like, you know, we have options. Like, you know what, Peyton Manning? Like, we have options. When really you should be like, well, you know what? That's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game.
Yeah.
You should stick behind him for his last few years and have him retire under your banner. And, you know, because he went on to win one for the Broncos, you know. And then his first year with the Broncos, he set the all-time touchdown record, and he set the most touchdowns in a game touchdown record as well. You know, he was breaking records. Yep.
Missed out big time. I was pissed about that.
He had an awesome season, and then the next season, I think that they went to the Super Bowl.
I was a Broncos fan for those years.
Me too. Yep. Oh yeah, I was rocking the Broncos hard, man. Yep. And then the second he retired, I was like, all right, back to the Colts.
Yeah.
Like, what's been going on here?
I was just with both.
Yep. Yeah. Likewise.
I was like, oh, cool. The Broncos
with
are
the
playing
Broncos. Heavy defense, and they added Peyton Manning with Emmanuel Sanders, and then Thomas, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Thomas was the tight end, and then they had Demarion Thomas as the wide receiver. So they had Thomas, yep, and then Emmanuel Sanders, who was like super young back then, you know, like right in his upcoming prime. He was just tearing it up, and Peyton Manning was just slinging the friggin' leather to him, like.
Yeah. He's so good.
Yep.
Should have been a coach after.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't want to. He's getting the band together.
Yeah, right. Getting the band together. That is friggin' money right there. Holy shit.
Fuck, dude.
Oh wait, you got one, right?
I got all kinds of shit going on over here. You've been holding this for like a day and a half.
Yeah, it's been my microphone.
It's been my...
2 mics. All I need is 2 mics.
Damn.
So yeah, the Colts definitely need to trim up their mistakes.
Yeah.
If they can trim up their mistakes, we'll start getting those W's again.
Just get the laces out. All I can think of is Ace Ventura in there.
What do you think they should do?
They should get the laces out.
Do you think they should keep Vinatieri and keep risking this?
Dude, I am not a good guy to make this call. Look at the conversation we had over the Diaz massive asphalt ball fight.
Mr.
Dude, I was just
Mr.
like,
Gamebred.
Stockton money. He's like, well,
I was like, well, here's 6 reasons why it might not be Stockton money.
Like,
you're like,
fucking mouth,
then you're like,
dude.
Second thought, good point, Dan. Like, yeah.
I almost blocked you on Facebook.
Right, yeah. But then it comes out my points were pretty valid, you know, like.
Yeah, but
know.
I wasn't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, you definitely weren't.
So I'm not the kind of guy you should ask if we keep Vinatieri, dude. I just start him if he's fucking using a walker, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we ride him till the wheels fall off, here's the thing, though. I feel like the wheels are falling off.
Yeah, the tires are definitely low on air.
He needs a recharge or something.
Yeah,
and
maybe we can just fix a flat band-aid on this. Maybe just take a week off.
Yeah, and then the Colts' former punter, Pat McAfee, he has been kicking a lot, and I think we should re-sign him as the kicker, and that would be awesome.
I just think that
that would be epic.
It would be like an NFL hat trick, and we'll just roll no kicker.
No kicker.
All 2-point conversions.
Yeah, all 4th down, go for it.
I'll go for it.
But here's the thing: if it starts going bad and we have like 4th and 11s, we can't be going for it on those.
Well, if you can
just have our quarterback kick it on the punts.
If you can fake a punt, can you fake a throw? You line up on 4th down.
And they're not ready, so it just like tumbles all the way back to the 2. You know.
I mean, well, yeah, because fucking. At this point, our kicker's missing field goals and like.
And we can keep our punter. I didn't say to scratch him, I guess, now that we're thinking about it.
He can do both.
We can keep Roberto.
Why can't he do both?
Here's the cool thing about our punter, Roberto Sanchez, I believe his name is. He was like a professional soccer player, or he could have been a professional soccer player, but knowing they have that long boot, they just teach him how to punt a football, and now they're our punter, where they have that huge leg.
Well, that's the other
like
thing.
Jose Aldo used to play soccer.
Dude, there are so many unemployed soccer players. Jose Aldo, what's he doing next week?
Exactly. He could probably be a nasty punter and a nasty soccer player because he's how he is with MMA. I guess he's as good, if not better, a soccer player. So he'd be a nasty punter.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. It's like those three kind of can go together, you know?
Mirko Krokop.
He would be a dude. I actually think they should get him on a TV show. You know, like those, like Joes versus Pros or something like that, where they have those funky, like, you know, where you have those random athletes doing shit, and have him be one of the pros they have to beat, and just like one of the competitions is like punt a football, you know, and just like Mirko sitting here, just like, you know, boom. They should have a real pro kicker. Punter, then they should have Mirko Krokop as a kicker, and then a Joe as a kicker, you know? So it's like the Joe versus two pros, but one pro's outside of his element, you know?
I think with, like you're going to get, like...
That'd be a dope friggin' show.
Great kicks, but not for football. And if you get, like, waist-high mad distance, or, like, straight up in the air.
But watch friggin' Mirko Krokop kick the ball, dude, and it just goes, like, right out of the fucking stadium.
Or it's flat. Immediately. It goes nowhere, because it just
goes flat. Yeah, just bust the ball. Yeah. It just goes 20 feet dead.
Actually, he might be one of the better MMA fighters with no soccer experience. The football, because he comes from the soccer kick days of pride.
Yeah.
Whoa, I never touched the mouse. That's funny. There we go.
Yeah.
Usually there are mad hiccups on Sundays because we're on like prime time for like the entire state to be using Netflix and other streaming devices.
That's like...
so if you look at the channel page, you'll see some. It's like episode 26, 26 and a half.
Yeah,
just trying
26.5.
Sometimes the hiccups are so bad you just have to
26.75.
Yeah. But thankfully this little XSplit thing records constantly, so I have one piece to work with.
That's cool.
That thing records in audio and probably better. I should try it sometime. It's got a fucking record button. It's a digital boombox.
Yeah. That's cool.
Thankfully, growing up, I was always into stereos, so I kind of knew what to do with all the equalizer stuff. Mine just sometimes sounds like I'm in a trash can. Did I even put more weed in there? Did I just like be real with you?
Right? Smoke box.
Am I bringing you down?
I have a theory on smoke box.
You told me the
I told you that?
points, but Kevin Smith took him down, he says. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one. Yeah,
I
gotta
was gonna watch
that.
it, but then I had to douche it, but he took him down, but I think he brought his own weed. He brought his strains. Longest episode ever, he said. Dude, I want to do that with like Snoop Dogg or Willie Nelson. I think I can out-smoke them.
That'd be fun.
Because, like, my old lady gets out of work at 1, and this is what we're going to do.
Just to even give it a shot.
We're just going to hang out here. Yeah. We should get him on the podcast.
Just give it a try and go.
We should do it here.
Yeah. Just sit there and film it until someone drops. Like, we're going to smoke?
I'll cut this piece of audio out and send it to Snoop Dogg. I'm sure he'll get it.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, shit, son.
Call him out. Here, right now, do a call out right now to Snoop Dogg to smoke against him.
Oh, no.
This is your promo. Here's your cutout. This is what you're going to send him.
Man. I'm not going to send him that.
So you got to send what you said before?
Yeah, just cut that right out.
He's like, that was my promo. That's the best we're getting.
Too much. Dear Mr. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, could we please smoke, sir? And could I please smoke you under the table with all due respect, sir? Yeah, you're like, I'm a smoker, not a talker. You're like, I'll just bring it and just smoke off. You're like, I'm not going to talk about it ahead of time.
Yeah, we'll get it
I'm just going to bring my smoke face. Bring my smoke face.
My smoke face, like my poker face.
Yep.
Dude, that's
Face.
who I'll dose on the podcast.
Dose him and the smoke out.
Dude, I don't know that. I
This
wish
is-
I had never heard that.
Like, this is what we call a sabotage. He's like, why am I seeing 3 of your heads?
What's in that Vermont weeds, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Tripping.
Yeah.
You are tripping.
Mm.
I wish I had never heard that. And then I went deeper and looked at the clip
Mm-hmm.
of all of them talking about it, and it was like, it made it worse.
Yeah.
And it turns out that I don't want to just dose my body, I just want to dose somebody. I'm going to go with them, though, so it's a little bit nicer. I'm not just going to leave.
Yeah, then you don't get to laugh at him
Yeah, well,
either.
Bert
Then you
was
can be their
supposed to,
spirit.
like,
You
go
can be
on
their
a-
guide, you know.
He
through
was
the
like
trip.
leaving that night on a flight for
Yeah,
2
that's
hours.
right. Not
Oh,
cool.
shit, dude.
Yeah, not cool.
Like, yeah, I gotta go to work after this. Oh, cool. Dude. How's that water, buddy?
Delicious.
Yeah. Acid doesn't taste like anything, so.
Right? So it's just smooth right in there.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But, you know, it's the first time for everything, I guess. My God.
Dude, knowing my luck, I put in like Phil's coffee. We won't finish it.
Right?
I'll be like, dude, drink your coffee. Drink your coffee. Yeah, I've told him about this, though, so, like, it's come up enough that if I actually do it, he thinks I'm going to mess him with him, and I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to work, like, try to convince him. Keep him here. I feel fine. Well, hang on.
Hang on a minute.
Let me know when you get the butterfly. But I'll do it, too. They just won't know it.
Yeah, we got a team effort.
Yeah, nobody wants to go alone.
Good team try. Yeah. Like, well, you're putting on your seatbelt, so am I.
Maybe I'll dose my wife.
Yeah.
No.
But if she'll hate you forever, then that probably won't be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think she'd like that, dude. The first time I got her to take it, I was like, had a gel tab and I had like 2 hits of double dipped white on white, and then I had like some regular white on white, and she was like, well, I don't want to trip hard. So I gave her like 1 gel tab and 1 regular like white on white hit.
Yep.
And she's like, well, I'm going to be pissed if I trip really hard. And I'm like,
Yeah, what's the point?
well, like, how am I supposed to know? Dude,
Yeah, how do you know your trip level?
I'm not a pro acid doser.
Yeah.
I just took the rest.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good ride. Those
I
Johnny
just took the
Depp chocolate factory there is fucking. That shit's like made for it though. I watched it without acid. It's not any good.
No shit.
Yeah. He says shit, dude. At like one point he's talking about stuff and he's like, remember, there's gonna be flashbacks. And I'm like, dude, that's like acid.
Yeah.
I was like down the rabbit hole though. It ended and I was like telling her like, did you get this out of it?
If I were to trip again, I would want to listen to Pink Floyd The Wall and just trip ass. You know? And then
You
by
need a
trip ass, I mean
visual
trip my
listen.
ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and visuals obviously going on too, but that would be like my, you
My
know,
buddy
put that on
told me
repeat in the
about
background.
this video, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like a few hours long, and it took like years to make. But it's all designed around taking acid. It's on YouTube.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta
That's
find it
cool.
because now I want to take that. I
Right?
got enough to last like a year.
Yeah. I gotta take a bathroom break. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I don't know if you hit pause on this or if I just peace out for a minute.
It's been like an hour. It's 11:30. You want to just
Call
wrap
that
this
good?
one
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Okay, word. Bam. I don't have an official close.